I've sat back all week long waiting to see how many of you out there was going to throw them rocks at Lil Wayne the same way you've thrown them at Puffy, 50, Jay-Z, and the list goes on for selling his daggone artist masters. But guys, you got to understand one thing. You see moguls selling masters all the time. Depends on who you like if you're going to go out there and, talk nasty or bad about them. But in this instance, was Lil Wayne right for selling the masters of Nicki Minaj, Tiger, himself, and Drake? Yeah, Drake all the way up till 2018? What was he on point for doing that? Let's get into it right after the jump. Welcome back to Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. And if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Guys, if you haven't heard me say it once, you heard me say it 1,000 times. We've already heard by now that Lil Wayne sold the masters of Nicki Minaj, Drake, Tiger, and himself to Universal Music. But what gets me the most is a lot of you guys sit back and you get so angry at these moguls, Puffy, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, and the list goes on, for selling the masters of their artists, for whatever reason it was that they sold them. Like I said, the last we heard, Mace was mad at Puffy for selling his masters, and he didn't get it. But guess what? There's a lot of other artists out there selling their masters as well. Do you guys know why? We're going to talk about it. Lil Wayne finally saw the big picture of the record business after he got through with his ordeal with Baby and Cash Money Records. He finally took the blinders off and understand that this is business, not little business, this big boy business. And the thing is, the only problem is big business for many of these artists, they haven't slowed down. They haven't really been able to sit down and take the opportunity to look at their deals. With everything that's going on with this pandemic, how it has slowed business down altogether, they're looking at how in the world could they make the monies that they were afforded to make with them going out there to do concerts, do all of the different things that they were able to do, both here at home and abroad. There's so many rules and regulations as far as with travel, you really can't get out there to really make them paydays like you was making before, especially with your performing. So many of the artists now, we're finding out many of them that have led the life of being so financially stable, they really aren't. So they have to take the necessary steps to make sure they're still able to upkeep the lifestyle that they have afforded themselves before this pandemic happened. They trying to do the things necessary that they can. And now they sit back and look at that one big thing, their masters. If they own their masters, guess what? Those masters are worth big money. You know why? Because if you sell those masters to the right bidder, now your masters hit those streaming platforms. Now I know you guys are sitting back saying, well, wait a minute. Wasn't Lil Wayne with so-and-so and he was making money off his streaming, making money off his streams and whatnot? I mean, guys, you got to look at it from this standpoint. You got Spotify, you got Apple. Yeah, you're making money off those two streaming networks. But now you got Universal Music. Universal Music, they're trying to get into the business as well because you know what? A lot of these artists are finding out now they don't need the record company anymore. The record company is just there. They're making money basically off the artist. The artist is literally starving because you know what? If they don't perform in concerts, they don't make no money off their albums. So what do they need? What do they need the record companies for if now you got all these streaming services all over the place that are able to put your music out there for you and kind of, if you position yourself accordingly, you can do all of the things that a record company would do for you. You can do it yourself. You've already seen people like Soulja Boy and a lot of these other young artists, they're doing it now and they're making money hand over fist. Like I said, if they're selling 10,000 albums at $10 and they're at least making what, $6 to $8 off of each album, hell, even $9 off of each album, and they're making a killing. They're making a killing. So why do they need the record company? But I'm gonna tell you this. Guess what? These record companies know they are about to be out. They're about to be extinct because they already know that these artists are now picking up on how to do these things themselves, and they know that their services are no longer needed. But guys, what I'm looking at here, basically, this all boils down to Lil Wayne selling those masters, boil down to taxes. Now, we heard 50 Cent talk about Joe Biden's tax plan, right? We've heard a lot of these other folks talk about Joe Biden's tax plan, and they literally lost their mind. They couldn't believe it. They were like, wait a minute, he's about to tax the hell out of us. We got to do blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, check it out. The tax plan that's in place right now, that's ready to go into effect, because all of you out there that said you made all of this money over the last 3 years, guess what? You made that money off of Barack Obama's tax plan for the middle class. If you're not one that's making over $451,000 a year, you made your money off of Barack Obama's tax plan. I'm just putting that out there to you. And if you don't like it, leave me a comment below and tell me about it. But yes, Joe Biden's tax plan, his current tax plan that he's talking about, he's going to increase the capital gains tax to 37%. Now, President Trump currently in office, his capital gains tax is at 20%. Okay, so now anyone that's making $40,000 and less under Trump's plan, they're not going to pay any capital gains tax. Anybody's making over $40,001, they're going to pay 15% capital gains tax, all the way up to $451,000 a year. Now, anything over $451,000 a year, they're going to pay 20%. Now, like I said, anything $40,001 all the way up to $451,000 a year, going to pay 15% capital gains tax. Anybody that's $451,000 above, they're going to pay 20%. Now I'm going to ask you this question. If you haven't been paying any attention to the market currently, we already see that the market has been really slow. So if we're going to have that type of tax plan, how do you expect the economy to grow? It's not. But I'll leave that topic for another day. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll leave that topic for another day. So for all of you, like I said, you got no TV, you got no radio, got to talk crazy and greasy. So you made money under this administration? Like I said before, you didn't. You made it off Barack Obama. I'm just saying it. Lil Wayne sold his masters because of the fact that he doesn't want to get hit with that possible high capital gains tax of 37%. So he sold his masters. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jay-Z just sold Tidal. So Lil Wayne right now, I believe, is in a little hot water. They're saying that he has a Fed charges coming basically from a gun charge when they raided his plane. And he's trying to make sure he has the necessary capital he needs to get his lawyers in place to help fight this case, as well as the legal battle he got going on with his previous manager who's suing him for $20 million. So it only made sense for him to do that. But guess what? If his contract, and I have not seen the contract, how it's set up, if that contract is set up for him to make money off of his streaming, because now, guess what? Universal Music can take his music, place his music in movies, video games, streaming services, you name it. If he has it set up right for him to go ahead and make his money in the manner which he needs to make it, he'll make that money back and then some. But, like I said, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I believe Lil Wayne's, his catalog is worth more than $100 million. But, guys, sometimes you have to make decisions when drastic measures happen. And I think that might be the reason why Lil Wayne did it. But like I said, he's not the only one that's selling his masters. So guys, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. But until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. And remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. Click those thumbs up. Like these videos, comment on these videos. And guess what, guys? Be that one and lead.